yeah, it was an incredible performance, Nate. That's the closest I've ever seen you look like a global black woman before. Absolutely dominating. Remember the lady that was on just before this, everybody? It's a callback to... Oh.
Harder than it looks, Tony.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
That crushed.
It's a tight crowd. I'm surprised Matt Edgar's stand-up didn't bring you guys to a huge climax already. All right, still nothing. Perfect. Okay, they don't remember anything from earlier.
All right, so a few days ago, Tony Hinchcliffe was sweating nervously while bombing at the world-famous comedy Mothership, which seems to be the only place in the world where Tony Hinchcliffe is allowed to be the judge on what's funny or not. Look, I know that comedy's subjective and all, but Tony Hinchcliffe is objectively not funny. And he proves that on this episode of Roast Battle. Because nearly every single time he opens his mouth to say a joke, he bombs so insanely hard that he actually has to start explaining the joke, which is the clearest sign that you're a hack.
That's the first time your co-host over there has ever studied a page in his life.
Oh,
Her name's Paige. The fat white woman was named Paige.
I like...
He is an uneducated black. Do you not see why that's... All right.
He's saying you can't read good. I heard that.
The fact that these are the best things that he can come up with is actually insane, being that Tony's been attempting comedy for nearly 20 years now. I mean, I guess that is the whole reason he's in Austin, though. Because according to all the comics from New York and Los Angeles, all the comedians in Austin only moved there because they simply couldn't compete with the comics at the Comedy Cellar or the Laugh Factory. Also, let's not forget that only a couple weeks ago, Tony Hinchcliffe argued with Louis J. Gomez that the Austin comedy scene was better than anywhere else in the world, listing himself and Joe Rogan as some of the best comedians of this generation.
You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all of the time. Listen, I loved this video. And shout out to American Redoc. I watch out all the time. Very insightful, right? Watching this video made me realize that the masses are fooled to think that this small corner of comedy is the representation of what comedy is. Like, I feel like I've been watching these podcasts every once in a while, and it just seems to me, if you have a podcast over a period of years, you lose the funny. You run out of things to talk about because you talk about everything. And watching, the thing about the Mothership is that if you don't have tickets, you're not able to see the show. So you don't know what's going on behind the doors. There's only a certain group of people that get, they have the luxury of being in the building to be able to see these things in real time. And for the roast battle to be recorded and then put out to the masses, absolutely people finally get a chance to see what goes on inside. And if it's not preset or Kill Tony or Joe Rogan doing Joe Rogan and Friends, or Shane Gillis doing a pop-in, what is going on behind the door? I mean, you hear people say, like, comedians say they didn't feel welcome there, or it was an eerie feeling, or they're this or they're that. And every time I've been there, I haven't seen or felt that way, right? I felt always welcome until you're done with your set, and then it's like, get your ass up out of here. But that's neither here nor there. I enjoy the building. I enjoy what they are doing for comedy. But do I think that they're the top comedians? I do not think so at all. And the more that I look into it, it's like they are the degenerates that left. Like, you know how people are playing baseball, like when you were younger or you were playing a sport, and you just started going in on one team, and the person that brought the ball gets up and they pack up their ball and they go home. That's what I feel like that they did here in Austin. Like, they were in California, and for whatever reason, they separated from there and created their own ecosystem. And money can buy you that. Money and fame can buy you that. You have influence. People will follow you. And you've seen the Great Migration. So that's neither here nor there. It happened, right? But the more I think about it, all the comedians, or not all of them, a lot of the comedians that are here, is it because they couldn't cut it on the coast? Is it? Or is it like, here's a new opportunity for me to help my career and build my career? Because I can name some comedians that are from either coast that are really good, and I can name comedians that are from either coast that are not good. And this is a fact. There's people, and don't get me wrong, that's fair, because you're giving people that are not as funny opportunities to build and become funny. But there's a lot of people in that building that are not really that funny. But over time, I'm sure they will be. But at the top of the food chain is not even the best or the cream of the crop. How do you expect the people underneath to grow up, to get better? That's just my opinion. Now, I would love for like some of the big names to go through Rogan's Club, you know, like a Bruce or Cheryl Underwood, or like, let's think of some DC Young Fly. Like, bring in some young talent that isn't rejects from the coasts. That's my opinion, but I know that they, like, the jokes that they are telling won't fly if real niggas was in the building. That's all. That's just me. But what do I know? I'm just an up-and-coming comic. So if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, all of the great things. Shout out to America Redact. We're gonna continue to push the envelope forward, because listen, I'm not afraid no more, niggas. Y'all niggas can sit back and be like, well, you'll get blackballed. Okay, cool. Y'all do that. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm going to say how I feel. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you can eat a fat ass sack of nuts.